Hi everyone, it's Branson Man. You can find me at bransonman.com. If you have a question, send me an email, ask@bransonman.com. Okay, we've learned a few introductory things, and so we're going to put it all together for our first sample of what revenue management looks like in real life. Again, we're going to talk about the fictitious Wagon Wheel Inn, and for easy math, it has 100 rooms. Now, in a previous video, we learned if we're going to sell a room to somebody, the most basic cost that we're going to come up with is $20. What that does is they're going to turn on the electricity, watch TV, turn on the heat and air. We're going to have to pay someone to clean the room, and we're going to feed them breakfast. That's going to cost us on average $20. That will come to play here in just a minute. So we're going to try to figure out of a series of days, which is the most profitable. We'll have to look at a few different statistics. So we'll learn a few of the basic statistics that are used in revenue management. We're going to look at a specific week. So we're going to go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and just look at these 3 days. As the prices go up and occupancy goes down, to see which day ends up making us the most money. The thing to remember, and we'll get to this in a minute, is that revenue is not profit. Revenue is the amount of money you bring in, but you could bring in a bunch of money and you could be losing in profit. Let's look first at ADR. ADR is the average daily rate. So we'll say on Wednesday it was $60. Now, it could be that rooms on Wednesday cost $65, but half of the hotel was filled with a group, and we gave them a great rate at $55. So the average daily rate, when you take what you sold all the rooms for and divide it by the number of rooms sold, on average, $60 is what it sold for. On Thursday, we can tell it's getting a little bit busier. Demand's increasing, so we increased the price to $80. And then on Friday, it was a busy holiday weekend. Friday is always a super hot day, so we charged $110. Now let's look at the occupancy. With the occupancy, remember, we've got 100 rooms right here, so that makes the math easy. Each room is worth 1% of occupancy. So when we had the nice inexpensive $60 rooms, we almost sold out the hotel. We sold 90 rooms. It was 90% full. That was a good day. On Thursday, we raised the rate, and we weren't able to sell as many rooms, but we got more money for the rooms that we sold. So you can kind of see where profit and revenue are going to be coming into play here. And then on Friday, the rooms were really pricey, almost double Wednesday, but there was high demand, and the hotel sat half empty. It is possible with the hotel sitting half empty that we made more money than Wednesday, or maybe that Wednesday was more profitable and we'll learn to keep our rooms more inexpensive and fill it up. So we'll see which of these is more important. Now we get to revenue. Revenue is the amount of money you bring in. This is important. People get really excited when they look at dollars. I've been able to show hotels how they can pass up hundreds of thousands of dollars in business and still end up making more money than they did the previous year. This is why. If I came to you and I said, I'm the world's greatest revenue manager, you hire me and I will sell an additional $1 million in rooms. I will increase your revenue by $1 million. Now the math doesn't work out, but you say, okay, this is great. And I go and sell as many rooms as you did the previous year and brought in that much revenue. And then I sell an additional 1 million room nights at $1 a piece. Well, we already learned it costs $20 to rent a room. So that means every night that you rent one of those rooms, you'll be losing $19. And you will quickly lose $19 million. Lose $19 times 1 million rooms. And so although you look at your spreadsheet and say, we've got $1 million extra dollars, revenue is not profit. So it's good to see revenue, and it's a great starting point, but if you don't look deeper, you could end up losing money even though you're bringing in more revenue. If we multiply $60 times, right here, $60 times 90 rooms is basically, that's what that is. We see we brought in $5,400 of revenue. Thursday, we're going to speed this along, $5,600. You see where this is going. And Friday, $5,500. Okay, so the winner, it's actually pretty close. This, we had to clean twice as many rooms as this night. And on this night, we actually ended up bringing in more revenue. So our cost is going to be a lot lower because we had to feed almost twice as many people breakfast here than we did here. We had to clean twice as many rooms here as we did here. So even if this had brought in a little bit more revenue than this, by the time we figure cost, it probably would be way upside down. But we'll look at that here in a second. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to see if I can highlight the leader in each line. That's the leader ADR. That's the leader in occupancy. Here's the winner for revenue. Now, don't forget our cost. Not our cows, our cost. Our cost is $20 a room. We got to clean the room. We got to feed them breakfast. When you take 90 rooms times $20, 9 times 2 is 18. 90 times 20 is 1,800. Now the cost is a negative word, and it is not necessarily correct to put a negative cost, but I just want you to see that we're taking it out there. So we're not going to worry about being too technical. 70 rooms times $20. It's a $1,400 cost. So you see it costs a lot less to put fewer people in. And then 50 rooms times 20 is $1,000 cost. So they had twice as many people for $1,800, and we had about half as much cost. Now, drum roll, please. Now we're going to do the lowest cost because that's what you want. That's what's the winner there. So this is the winner for the highest rate. But if you have the highest rate, no one shows up, then it doesn't matter. Occupancy, revenue, and lowest cost. So everyone's winning at least one category. Now profit. This is how much money we brought in. This is how much cost we incurred. So the profit. That leaves us with $3,600. On this day, we end up with $4,200. And on Friday, $5,500 in revenue minus $1,000 in cost leaves us with $4,500 in profit. So our winner here, our clear winner, is Friday. And the thing that is so great, this is what really unlocks a lot for people who are hoteliers who are willing to dig this deep. 45 is half of 90. So on this day, we had to have, in theory, twice as many housekeepers. We had to cook twice as much food, twice as much wear and tear on the furniture, even on people walking on the hallway carpet, which wears it out more quickly. And when it was all said and done, we made less money. Let's see, we made 25% more money here than we did here. So this is where revenue management is really important. Although it feels really bad to have half of your hotel sitting empty, you see if all of this held true and you packed it full of 90% occupancy and it felt great and it felt busy, you would wear out your property, your equipment, your employees, and you'd end up making less money. Thanks so much for taking the time to listen. Visit me at bransonman.com. Ask me a question. Ask at bransonman.com, and I'll be happy to help you out.